Some people arrive and make such a beautiful impact on your life, you can barely remember what life was like without them. A friend is someone who knows all about you and still loves you. Don't make friends who are comfortable to be with. Make friends who will force you to lever yourself up. A loyal friend is like a safe shelter. Find one and you have found a treasure. Life was meant for good friends and great adventures. You can always tell when two people are best friends, because they're always having way more fun than it makes sense for them to be having. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of friendships. I just read all those quotes and it hit me really deep just thinking about the friendships I have in my life. I want to share a story of a particular friendship I have. One of my best friends is Jordan McCollum. He's 24 years old, he's 1 year younger than me, and he's my brother. And I know what you might be thinking, oh classic, your brother or sister's your best friends, but guess what? Growing up, we were not best friends. We would fight all the time. When we play sports in the backyard playing basketball, I don't think we ever really finished a game because we would always end up punching each other and running inside. Similarly with wiffle ball, we'd play in the backyard and I swear one of us would accidentally hit each other with the pitch and it would turn into a sprint match chasing the other person down into the house, yelling for mom and dad. We were at each other's throats all the time, like we were not that good of friends growing up. It took me getting hurt to realize that my brother actually really did love me deep down. He really did care about me. My senior year of football, my brother was a junior. He ended up breaking his collarbone in the very first game of the year, and in the final game of the year when we were in the playoffs, I ended up breaking my collarbone. Like, Mom, can we please get some milk around here? But in all honesty, my mom bought tons of milk, so thank you, Mom. Anyway, I got tackled right into the ground, broke my collarbone, ran to the sidelines, and the first person to meet me there was my brother. And when I said I had broken my collarbone, he got really upset. I'm gonna reenact it really quickly. No! Crap! This can't be happening right now! Dang it! And I'm gonna be honest, there were a lot more explicitives than that. But I could just see it on his face. He cared so deeply about me and he was sad that I'd gotten hurt. That was one of the first times I could tell that my brother did really care about me. He loved me. It pained him to see me going through pain. Another time I realized my brother really did care about me was in basketball, so the next season after football, I landed really hard on my tailbone, barely could walk, got into the hallway, and the first person to meet me there was my brother. He asked me how I was doing and if I was alright. I said I'd be fine, but he was the first person to check me out and he really did care about me. We still struggled throughout high school to see eye to eye and had a lot of fights. But actually after graduating, after both of us graduated, every time we'd come home over Christmas break or different breaks that we'd have in the school year, we'd talk in our bedrooms. You see, we shared a bedroom, a small little bedroom with two twin beds on either side. We would stay up really late talking about our struggles, talking about the good things happening, the highs, the lows of college, everything in between. We'd talk about school, we'd talk about intramurals, we'd talk about the sports teams on the TV, we'd talk about our relationships with our family members and each other. We'd talk about dating. He had a lot more success in that regard, so I'd always ask him all the questions even though I was the older brother, and he'd have a lot of good pieces of advice for me. We'd talk about how much we could bench. We'd talk about the faith. It was nice to have someone who cared so deeply about me and wanted to know those things, but then also to have someone want to share their life with me. This friendship was so life-giving and something I cherished, and every time I'd come home I would look forward to the conversations we'd have into the wee hours of the night. Our parents had a room directly above us, so the next day they would always let us know that we talked a little bit too late, but that's a sign of a really good friendship. Being able to share a few laughs, share what was on our hearts, and really just share everything with one another was worth it, and now I consider my brother to be one of my best friends. Even though we had a rocky start and things still aren't perfect, I appreciate the heck out of this relationship. I encourage you to pause the video and just think of a relationship, a friendship in your life that means a lot to you, and try not to smile. Maybe think of something you and your best friend did that you probably shouldn't have been doing, but you ended up doing anyway and had a great time. I'm hoping by this point, even though you probably already thought so before the videos, that you've recognized that there's an importance to friendships. To really drive this point home, the Mayo Clinic has a few benefits to friendships that I'd like to share with you. Friends can increase your sense of belonging and purpose. They boost your happiness and reduce your stress. They improve your self-confidence and self-worth. They help you cope with traumas such as divorce, serious illness, job loss, or death of a loved one. They also encourage you to change or avoid unhealthy lifestyle habits such as excessive drinking or lack of exercise. They can also help reduce significant health risks such as depression, high blood pressure, and unhealthy BMI. Friends are so important all around. Mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, all sorts of health. Friends help so much. Now that we recognize or at least confirm the thought that friendships are important, we're going to take some time in the next video to talk about Jesus and how he wants to have a personal relationship with you. We're going to go over the many pieces of scriptural evidence that show that Jesus is and wants to be our friends. So I hope to see you next time and thank you for continuing to journey with me. God bless and see you next time.